Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into a really fascinating story, the career of Japanese singer-songwriter and pianist Fujii Kaze. We've got a whole stack of sources here covering his journey right from the start.
It really is an extraordinary story. And our mission today is basically to unpack how this artist, who started out, posting covers on YouTube, became this huge domestic star, and then achieved something pretty rare, what critics are calling a truly global hit.
Yeah, I saw that comparison to Sukiyaki, Sakamoto's hit. Some are saying Kaze's reach was even broader geographically.
Exactly, and that's a huge claim. So Fujii Kaze, born 1997 in Okayama, obviously known for his piano skills and that really unique voice, but the sources suggest his rise wasn't just about raw talent. There was some serious foresight involved.
Okay, so let's dig into that foundation. It starts incredibly early, right? Piano at age 3.
Age 3, yeah. And crucially, he wasn't just learning classical. He was exposed to, well, everything. Jazz, pop, classical, but also traditional Japanese stuff like haichikoku and even enka.
That diverse mix must have shaped his sound.
Oh, absolutely. You can hear that genre fluidity in his songwriting today. It's foundational.
So the public part of the story kicks off with YouTube. This is where it gets really interesting for me. 2010, he's only 12.
12 years old, yeah.
Mm.
And he starts posting piano videos. The sources are quite clear. This wasn't just a kid messing around. It was his father's idea.
His father's idea, why?
Apparently, his dad had this intuition, this feeling. He literally said, quote, "The age of YouTube is coming."
Wow, in 2010, that's pretty forward thinking, especially for the Japanese music scene back then.
Definitely. Think about it. The traditional path was all about labels, Tokyo, media gatekeepers. Starting on YouTube, especially from Okayama, was kind of radical. He was building his own audience directly.
And these weren't just simple videos either, right? I saw mentions of covers like Senbanzo Kora.
Yeah, that one got a lot of views back in 2012. And he wasn't just sticking to piano. There are videos of him playing electone like Moon River and even saxophone. He did Charlie Parker's Donna Lee.
Okay, so versatile from the start. But he paused for a bit during high school.
He did. Focused on the music course at school. But then he came back to YouTube in 2017. And that was the real turning point.
Why then? What changed?
He started singing for the first time, really showcasing his voice. The cover that apparently kicked things off was Taylor Swift's Look What You Made Me Do.
Ah, okay. And that led to more vocal covers.
Exactly. He started focusing on that piano and vocal format we know now. Like he did this jazzy version of Adoro Pampacorin that one really took off, went kind of viral.
So the singing gets attention, and that leads to, well, the whole major label story is pretty unconventional too, isn't it? He didn't exactly follow the usual path there either.
Not at all. Tomonori Kawazu from Disc Garage basically tracked him down in 2018. Apparently saw the video, was blown away.
And just went straight to Okayama.
Yep. Went directly to the family's coffee shop to offer him a deal.
And this is interesting because he already had other offers, but he'd kind of been raised with this idea that he didn't need to move to Tokyo to make it. That background, the self-taught vibe, the genre blending, the slight reluctance, maybe it all sets him up as different. He did eventually move to Tokyo in 2019, though.
He did. But even before his official debut, there was this training journey to New York.
Right. I read about that. What was the deal there? Was that about performing?
It seems like it was more strategic than just performance practice. The sources suggest it was about getting him comfortable with the international music scene, speaking English in business settings, understanding negotiations. It sounds like his management was thinking globally from day one.
Planning for international success before he even had a hit single. Smart.
Very smart.
Yeah.
And it paid off fast. Domestically, he just exploded. Even before his first original song was out, his first solo show sold out instantly.
Both nights.
Both nights, yeah. They added a second date, and that sold out too. The demand was immediate.
That led to his radio show too, right? All Night Nippon Zero.
Yeah, Fujii Kaze, no All Night Nippon Zero. He hosted his own show and became kind of famous for just playing requests live on the spot. It showed off his raw musicality, not just polished recordings.
Authenticity. Okay, so first, original single, Nan Nan W. That was November 2019. His YouTube channel must have been pretty big by then.
Over 140,000 subscribers, yeah. The foundation was solid. Then came the album in May 2020, Help Ever Hurt Never.
And that went straight to #1, Billboard Japan, Oricon Digital.
Both, yep. #1 instantly. And that title, Help Ever Hurt Never, that's important.
Tell us about that. It became his label name, too, He N Records.
Right. It comes from a phrase his father taught him, always help, never hurt. He apparently saw it as just common sense, but he made it the absolute core message of his music, his brand, everything.
And that message really connected, didn't it? Especially during the pandemic. I remember reading about the song Karoo.
Yes, Kairu. It got picked up by the news program Hodo Station. People really responded to its themes of life and death, especially, given the context of 2020. It wasn't just music. It felt relevant, emotionally deep.
So that personal connection was key. Then 2021 brought Curare.
Ah, Curare, that was huge. Written for a Honda commercial, the VCL, that song really boosted his mainstream profile.
The streaming numbers were massive for that one.
Insane. By August 2021, it hit 100 million streams. And it kept going over 500 million by early 2024. It just proved his commercial power domestically.
And he leveraged that digital reach later that year, too, with that free live stream from Nissan Stadium.
That was a big moment, September 2021. No audience allowed because of restrictions, so they streamed it completely free.
How many people watched?
Around 180,000 simultaneous viewers, apparently. It trended worldwide on social media. It showed he could command this huge live digital audience.
Okay, so he's a massive star in Japan. Now, let's get to the global moment, the aha moment, as you called it. Shinanoga Iwa.
Shinanoga Iwa? Yeah. Translates to I'd Rather Die. And the crazy thing is, this track was from his first album back in 2020.
So why did a nearly 3-year-old song suddenly blow up globally in 2022? What happened?
This is where it gets really fascinating. It started organically on TikTok, apparently in Thailand, around late July 2022.
Thailand. Why there?
It's not entirely clear why it started there specifically, but the song's structure, that distinctive piano loop, his vocal delivery, was just perfect for short video edits. It caught on and just spread like crazy through Southeast Asia first.
And when you say spread, you mean really spread.
Oh, unbelievably. By September 2022, it had charted on Spotify's daily viral chart in every single country where they publish one.
Every single one. How many is that?
73 countries. And it stayed on all 73 charts continuously for weeks through early October. It hit #1 in 23 different countries.
23 number ones,
Yeah.
including places like the UK, France, Brazil, Egypt, Korea. That's not just Asia, that's everywhere.
Exactly. That's the key difference people point to. The critic Soichiro Tanaka made that comparison to Sukiyaki. He noted that Sukiyaki was massive, but mostly a U.S. phenomenon driven by radio. Shinanoga Iwa, though, it used TikTok and streaming to hit Southeast Asia, the Middle East, South America, Africa, Europe, North America all at once. A truly global footprint.
And the data backs that up. It hit #1 on the Genius Lyrics charts.
Yeah, #1 on Genius's overall and pop charts, meaning more people worldwide were looking up its lyrics than any other song at that moment.
Yeah.
That's a first for a J-pop song.
Yeah.
It shows deep engagement, not just passive listening.
Incredible. And then the Spotify monthly listeners milestone.
10 million monthly listeners by November 2022, the first Japanese artist ever to hit that mark. Just staggering growth.
And amidst all this global chaos, he still kept up his work in Japan.
Absolutely. Released his second album, Love All, Serve All, which also dominated the charts. Got that Billboard Japan Hot Album, Triple Crown, for sales, lookups, and downloads. And he did a massive outdoor stadium show, Panasonic Stadium Suda.
How many people attended that?
70,000 over 2 days. So still huge domestically while simultaneously exploding worldwide.
So after that 2022 peak with Shinanoga Iwa, his focus seems to have shifted much more intentionally outward.
Definitely. You see it in his touring. In 2023, he launched the Fujii Kaze and the Piano Asia Tour.
Just him and a piano.
Mostly, yeah. Stripped back, 7 cities, 11 shows. And interestingly, he specifically allowed the audience to film during the shows.
Embracing the fan content, the digital spread.
Exactly. Leaning into the platforms that helped him break through, unlike some artists who try to lock everything down.
Then he brought that piano tour concept to the U.S. in 2024, L.A. and New York.
Yep. And during that U.S. tour, Shinanoga Iwa got its RIA Gold certification.
Which is a huge deal in the U.S. market. 500,000 units, right?
A very big deal. It's only the second Japanese language song ever to get RIAA Gold. The first was Kenshi Yonezu's Kick Back.
That really puts it in perspective. And looking ahead to 2025, he's booked for major Western festivals.
Big ones. Roskilde in Denmark, North Sea Jazz in the Netherlands, Montreux Jazz in Switzerland, plus Lollapalooza and Outside Lands in the U.S. He's fully integrated into that global festival circuit now.
But maybe the boldest move was the third album, Prema, in September 2024.
Ah, yes, Prema. What was the big shift there?
It's entirely in English.
Wow, okay. All English lyrics. That's a major statement, isn't it? A gamble, maybe? Could that alienate his Japanese fans?
You'd think it might be a risk, but the sources say, nope. Domestically, Primo was massive. Hit #1 on all the main Oricon charts album, digital album, combined album. Apparently set records for the highest annual sales for a solo artist across all 3 categories that year.
So his core fan base in Japan is completely behind his global ambitions, even if he sings in English. That's fascinating.
It really is. So this whole journey, when you lay it all out, it's this incredible fusion. You've got the deep musical training from childhood, that strong personal philosophy, help ever hurt, never driving his message.
Next, with this incredibly savvy use of digital platforms, right from his dad's early advice about YouTube through to the TikTok explosion and even letting fans film his concerts.
Yeah. So for you, the listener, what you're seeing is basically a modern blueprint, an artist who stayed authentic to his message, used technology smartly, and coupled it with undeniable talent to break through on a global scale like almost no one before.
Exactly. He represents this new kind of global artist, maybe. Fluent in music, fluent in different cultures, fluent in digital platforms. He didn't just target one market. He seemed to hit everywhere simultaneously, driven by that sense of authenticity the platforms reward.
So we've traced the path from YouTube covers to global phenomenon.
But here's something to think about, maybe a final thought. His core message, help ever hurt never, has been central since day one. Now that his music, and by extension that message, is reaching such a massively diverse global audience, people from vastly different cultures, backgrounds, contexts, how might the meaning or the interpretation or even the application of that simple philosophy change? When your core message goes truly global like this, it takes on a life of its own. That's something interesting to consider as you listen to Prema and whatever comes next.